Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today, now Wednesday, number 19 day for this month of April 2023. My name na Capo Daniel, una own countryman, Mr. No Connie, Ambazonian FBI. I come once more again for our daily podcast, a program where it bring una the truth, it bring una meaningful information, fact-based analysis for help we as we work out for this journey to our freedom, to the independence of Ambazonia. Fellow Ambazonian, before I go start, my speaker system will be the user more than retire. I think say today I go bring a new one as some of my country people they ask and say they don't stay with they need to hear that song for background. That background song I don't be the king of podcasting. And I think say other podcasts that they come, I don't encourage some two people then for Ground Zero in particular. Me then also engage. The more the better. The more many hands do light work. And we will get a new speaker system today. Now just on small speaker, so I want to tell everybody, say everybody can speak, everybody can do something, and the more we do it, the better. And when I remember, I don't get a conversation these past few days with a lot of people who have reached out. Eugene Ufoka, my very close collaborator before, Barata Mac, Tapang Ivor, and a lot of people who have also reached out about what is going on. And we talked about a lot of things about the days when the struggle just started, the days of Tom and Jerry. I think that was the first time when our generation, the millennial generation, really took leadership in our country, and how everybody was so excited, and La Republic had to shut down the internet. I think we have to go back to that era, especially as I'm talking about rejuvenating our struggle. We have to go back to that area to encourage more and more people to come up and to kill the spirit of competition, where people think that this thing is a competition, and the spirit that you have to bring somebody down for you to shine. No, everybody have a thing. Now, why that way I champion this struggle for bring Pidgin English as a standard and push it above that to our national language. That English is the first language in Ambazonia, and we should standardize it. There are researchers who have done those research already in Boya University. The Chinese people have standardized their own language and they can type it in computer. Why not us? BBC even have Pidgin English program. So, fellow Ambazonian, without much ado or without so much digressing, today we go start with the big news where they come for inside the great state of Mezam, where na host for La Republique, their biggest military barracks, where they don't keep them for up station there for Bamenda, where they call them say na the 5th Gendarmerie Legion. Their general way there for they call na Usini Jibu. Na he be their main commander for their occupation activity them. He don't come up for mosque, and since na time for Ramadan, I go just take this one for say Salamat for all our Ambazonian Muslims where they across the globe where they listen for me right now on a Salamat on a place then they. So as they come up for inside mosque, this their general brigadier, he make a very big statement in front of La Republique, all their officials, and for they he talk for them, say the idea say them when them be soldier for La Republique, they go come win this war, na lie. They know if we win this war through military. And I don't put out a statement from the Ambazonian People's Right Advocacy Platform for talks. I welcome that statement. The fact say a top general when I be in charge for fight we Ambazonia, he don't come acknowledge and say they know if we win this war with the power of the gun. Na thing way La Republique, their ministry, their president supposed to accept them, say you know if we win this thing by war and for do the right thing. The people of Ambazonia, even though La Republique, it don't come say they don't offer with special status. That special status itself, na a tacit acceptance for La Republique du Cameroon and their president Paul Biya signed that declaration. Say we the people of Ambazonia will be unique even after 60 years of recolonization by La Republique du Cameroon will never change. They never be able to change our mentality. Even though they don't dismantle our administration from our self-governance, they never be able to dismantle our identity. We still want our right for separation. We still want our right to become an independent country. And we have embraced our Ambazonian nationality, raised our flag, and it can never go back. And so they must accept this reality and negotiate their way out of Ambazonia. They have to end the occupation. Cameroon will never rule over Ambazonia again. They are illegitimate. And to that, there are other issues that will come up. But I want to say, again, as since I resigned from the Hague of Sea, my positions there, I have really been very, very taken aback. And it's very sad, fellow Ambazonians, because I was thinking that when I resigned, it would send a message to the leader of the Hague of Sea, Dr. Chua Yaba, about the differences we had, so that he would really rethink. But not only has that failed to have that effect on his leadership, but we have seen the new spokesman, Lucas Asu, coming out to throw out irritations and throw out provocation. Yesterday in my live show, I told our people that the special status is a good point for Ambazonia to prove that the country that says that there was no problem, they have come to accept that there is a problem. It is a good point to prove to the world that Paul Biya, who says that marginalization was a perception, no, it is actually a reality. That even though that special status is a non-starter, we cannot even consider it like a solution, but it is a strong point that validates our program, our fight for independence. And it is a tacit admittance by La République du Cameroon that we are a people that are unique and a people that have maintained our statehood all this while. So Lucas Asu, he go out there again for go throw out this blackmail for toxic Capo Daniel and toxic special status, that accept special status. Even people the way that they chop bribe, Frundi they never accept special status. Then how you go come the lie? Say it mean na say the facts Adam talk say it give you a good point. It mean na say Adam accept special status. All these type of lies and blackmails are not good. These are what is destroying the struggle. When I resigned from my position in the Hague of Sea, the intention was not to go and create my own group or my own organization. I created my organization because I left the Hague of Sea. I did not leave the Hague of Sea because I want to go and create my own organization. What do they expect? That for a man who spends sleepless nights and is dedicated to his people, I will just go and stop the struggle and stop what I was doing? No. I created a non-communal organization for people that know baby work, a bit different from a communal organization when I think the Hague of Sea is the project as such. Now two separate things them. Now a platform where I feel advocate, I feel the same letter them out like I be the do am, because I know some later in the way now only me go send them. Because even time I be there for Hague of Sea, time I be there with IG, time I don't work with all these leaders them. Sometimes the way you push on thing, you talk say when I do this thing, when I do them, they will accept, and then all man go back, go she don't lazy. You know go do them, or they go do them for some kind of way. So I know the things and where I need for do them for my country, where I believe say now only me go do them because I don't try with all man. And I not go leave my people them. I will continue for do them. That is why I create that organization. The first way I don't create them, I don't structure them. Now first way I be to work with them before when I be there with Hague of Sea, and they no be ever want for be them for ADF. You know mean I say we go trade them. General F and way there for ground, no be either work with grandpa for Bali. He go stop for work with you because he no one join ADF. No, they work together. When I remember say even the Red Dragons, they part for the Red Dragons where they always do a special squad. They don't even meet up with Hague of Sea and our soldiers then gather money, give them, contribute 1 million, get and 2 for them. So we must all work together. It be sad when I see Lucas Asu, you come, you talk this thing. From my discussion with him privately, he is a follower, he's not a leader. His perception about this thing being a game and all those type of stuff that he keeps on repeating, I know his capability. He's a follower, he's not a leader. He's not somebody who have the same skin in this game like me. How many operations have he run? How many squad have he brought in from scratch? How many operations have he carried out against Cameroon? So it's different. There's nothing to be trying to be irritating. I know say that was attitude where you can't say you want buy my case for sure a leader say you do ye. It's not what is going to give us freedom. We are not in this struggle to make names, Lucas Asu. We are not in this struggle to make names. We are there to free our country. The Ambazonian Governing Council which is the best institution we have so far compared to every other institution, have been transformed practically now into a political party by what Dr. Chu have allowed to happen in this movement. You want to surround yourself with yes sir, people who are going to be there to say yes sir, and you have allowed it to go into a point where it is even affecting state matters. Like I tell our people, and people continue to ask for the reason, I have left the AGOFC because of the divergence we have that stems from the pre-talks. I have made it clear. I did not want to go in the details, not because I cannot or because our people don't deserve to know. With the role I have played in the life of our people, the hope I have given to our people, the image I have given to the ADF and even to the AGOFC. When I joined the AGOFC and the ADF, it was at the fringe of our society because of the difficult nature of our people. Not because they did everything, they were doing something wrong. They had good principle. But I took it from there and make it international and make it mainstream. I gave hope. I rebranded them. I changed the face. As a matter of fact, when I joined the AGOFC, Sheikh Kavi, which I consider my mentor, was even pushing a memo that says that the ADF communication should not even be using the name ADF anymore. We should use the name Ambazonia Defense Forces because they have been blackmailed to oblivion by people like Eric Tato and the rest. I came back and I changed everything. I gave hope to the soldiers who were carrying the name and the people to look up to that organization and ginger them, not be because I be the doing for Ayabacho or because I be the doing for that organization, because I feel it was the best for Ambazonia with the people who were there, the thinking of the people who were there. I work with Dr. Chuayaba closely, the way he thinks, the way we consider subjects. He's a true person. He's a real hero. La Republique is fighting to kill him, just like me here. We are the two people in the latest attempt for La Republique, so it would be stupid for me and Dr. Chuayaba to be fighting, or for him to allow his organizations to be used to try to fight me unjustly. Ambazonia should know, I've made it clear, I left the organization because of differences that I thought had compromised and dragged back our struggle backward for a long way. And the reasons was why? Simply because people were afraid that Capo Daniel will be at the spotlight or will be influential or whatever, and I was being replaced by people for partisan reason, not for national interest, and it compromised what we were fighting for. Our prisoners who were supposed to come out, decisions were wrongly taken, and the enemy took full advantage of those wrong decisions. It was that big. That is the reason I stepped down. It was a very big thing, and Dr. Chuayaba have not yet come to the realization of what I'm saying. We have difference in that level and also in other things that I have not even mentioned. Our whole achievement in that in the pre-talks is something in itself which I have divergence with the leadership about. Our people deserve this information. These are not things that we're supposed to hide. If we want to elevate our people to a certain level, we have to be able to debate issue with them. Let them see the thought process. We are not doing this thing for ourselves. We are accountable to the people. These are not sacred. These are not things that will compromise our struggle. It is already publicly announced that we were in Canada to negotiate with La Republique for our independence. So our people have to know this. I'm a noble man. It is as good as it gets. But if those who are in the ADF, in the AGOFC institutions, let me call those institutions, because on the ground with the soldiers, they are very, very smart people and they know what is going on and they know the right thing to do. Those who are in those institutions, they are even questioning, the leadership is even questioning my membership. Is Capo Daniel, was he really a registered AGOFC member? So if you are willing to deconstruct the ADF and the AGOFC, go ahead and do it. I am a member of AMIC in China, which is a group that is supposedly a member of the AGOFC. And if you are questioning my membership because there is a charter of the AGOFC that lists membership and the monthly contribution and all those stuff like that, and you want to use that as a standard, but I was a spokesman in that organization. When they were making me spokesman, they didn't question whether I was a member of the AGOFC. If you want to define the membership of AGOFC, you will reduce the AGOFC into a few group of people. because you want to demoralize or attack Capo Daniel. You want to destroy even the organization that you have. So how many people, let us, if we have to ask the AGOVC, how many people are in the mission, councils of mission, how many missions head do they really have that are active or that are really representing constituents? So we don't need to be going into all those things. So Lucas Ashu should be in order. Stop trying to blackmail me. You can criticize me if you want to. But if you distort my language, remember that Dr. Chuayaba, when we always discuss, we always say that even when we criticize the other groups, we should be patriotic in our criticism. There is an extent we don't go, even when we talk about Chris Anu and Sako, no matter how bad they have done to this struggle, we always make sure that in our criticizing them, we don't compromise the whole liberation struggle. But if you transform the AGOVC into a political party in the middle of a liberation, you have reduced a liberation movement into a political party where partisanship is put ahead of national interests. We are not fighting for Dr. Chuayaba to become president. It is important that when you embodied that leadership, that you naturally be in that position of leadership of the country. But it's not the primary reason or the guiding principle in making decision on what you do and what you don't do. So they should be careful with that. They should really be careful with that. I left the AGOVC, my positions there, and practically now I am out of the Ambazonian Governing Council because of the way they have reacted, removing me from groups that are there, which I don't complain. Those are natural things that happens. When you disagree, we should not be so clinging to position that or groups that we don't think that we can come out, or somebody should come out, or somebody should be fired, or somebody should not be fired. It should be performance-based, public interest-based. We have to know that. And we are accountable to the people of Ambazonia. Today, one of our Pa, they call him Pa 1000. That Pa called me and was crying like a baby. That Capo Daniel, my hope was in you. You resign like that, where I don't know where to go or what to do. And I feel your pain. I feel our pain. I have cried. If I take a drastic decision like this, it's because of the danger I saw. And it warranted this drastic decision. And it will determine, is Dr. Chuayaba going to rise up to the occasion and realize the mistakes we have made? I will say we, because I was part of that leadership. We have made that error. And if he does not realize it, and he continue, instead to show leadership, but allow himself to be led and influenced by partisan and yes sir people who concern more about graphics, impression. I went to Canada. I could not do the things I could do even to our community there, because people are afraid that Capo Daniel, people will see you become shy. Even the members, our members were there coming out with their cameras, getting ready to already capture moments of finally meeting their own people. Those things were all undermined, not because it will help Ambazonia, but because there are people who have put this struggle, they think that it's to make a name. They think that movements are supposed to be political party. It is a wrong approach, it is a wrong way, and it must stop. Our people have lost their life. We cannot reduce this thing to that level. If we disagree, we make sure we know why we disagree. And we approach those differences publicly and privately in an honorable manner. If you are angry with me because I have gone and created my own group, or that I'm creating a force, then you are so foolish. You should be more worried that I would have left you and do something that would compromise the struggle. But you should be happy that I'm actually continuing to do the same thing that I was doing when I was in the organization, because I was doing those things before I joined them. I was doing it before I joined them. I wasn't made the spokesman because they wanted me to make me into somebody who can speak for Ambazonia. They appointed me because they saw my capability. They saw my potential. They saw what I can do, and I did it very well, and I've been doing it for the struggle, and I'll continue to do it. So we should not be distracted by this thing. And Lucas Ashu, whom have suffered from people who go out there to distort what we put out there, should know better. Don't do to people what you don't want them to do to you. I have been very gracious. Even in my last outing, I've appreciated my relationship with Lucas Ashu and all the various members of the Ambazonia Governing Council. People that I know that are patriots. When we have glimpses of things that are of this magnitude, we should try to behave ourselves and not to try to inject or provoke things that can actually be of a detriment to our people who don't need this. They don't need this. Let's focus to fight the enemy, and we look for the best possible way to do so. It is our people who are dying and our people who are being killed. So we have to be more effective. We have to make sure that we are doing everything humanly possible to give them the best and maximum outcome for their interests in this war. That should be our primary concern. We should not be so focused about that this person is doing this thing there, this one is doing this thing there, so long as we know that what the other person is doing is actually not taking away anything from us or taking away anything from our struggle. We should encourage that. So fellow Ambazonian, fellow country people, we are going to have an exclusive show today, interactive, that is going to focus on the issues about Linus. In our student was killed in Boya. There have been new revelation there that is very impactful, that is very important for all Ambazonians. We remember that Linus was a university student doing everything the right way. He was even a member of a political party in La Republique, supporting this guy they call Jibri, campaigning for them publicly. He would have never imagined that one day they will kill him and put his dead body on the street and be standing on top of it like they are doing with people that people thought were all Ambazonian fighters that are being killed every day. But look at what happened to him. If it could happen to Linus, it can happen to anybody. Don't think that you are safe. They remove him from the hostel. Who could think that a hostel would be a place where Cameroon occupation forces will come and select people to go and display their dead body on the street? So there are very important things. Times are very difficult. Things are hard. Our people have to come together. Let's reason together and see how we can drive this bat snake, as Mancho BBC always call it. The bat snake, La Republique is a bat snake that is inside our house. We cannot see it now, but we must make sure that we cannot sleep until we make sure we see it and we remove it. Let us assume responsibility for our mistakes. I have not come out to say Dr. Chuayaba have been compromised because he made a wrong decision. I have simply said that he has made a wrong decision that was ill-advised. It might reflect bad on his own leadership, but it is something that are factual, and that is my conclusion. It's up to him how to examine it. My hope is that he do the right thing and put the people first, and even put that organization itself first. Because if you transform the egg of sea, as it is being transformed in front of our eyes, into a political party where they don't promote communication based on promoting the struggle, but based on sealing political partisanship, even when it compromises national security and national interest, then people should question everything. Put on your question cap. Put on your question cap. Question even me, Capo Daniel. Put on your question cap. But let's do it so honorably. Let's do it like people who have dignity and valor. Because at the end of the day, this is a God. Do not forget, this is a divine struggle. Like it or not, it is a divine struggle. God bless you. Capo Daniel, looking out for you. Signing out.